Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah. Welcome back to Under the Lights. I'm your host, Big Mike, and I got my guy JF with me today, Justin Fiorillo. What's up, boy?
What's going on, my man, Mike? It's a great day today in the Philadelphia and surrounding areas. And gee, I wonder why, folks. It wouldn't be that a man by the name of Kevin Patullo got axed yesterday, would it be? Well, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hey, they got him the fuck up out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is what everybody was calling for, including me. You know what I'm saying? We also had Mike Tomlin step down from the Pittsburgh Steelers after 19 years. You know, everybody, he's got 19 seasons. He's 19 winning seasons.
Here's a crazy thing for you, Mike. First year he coached the Steelers, Kobe Bryant had 81 points in that game against the whoever he had. It was the 06 season. So that's how long Tomlin's been in the league.
Yeah, it's a long time. You know what I mean? And listen, he well respected, though. He deserves his respect. You know what I mean? He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? But listen, nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. You're not going, nothing lasts forever. And I think I came out here and said, I think it was time anyway. You know what I mean? But listen.
For sure, yeah.
You know what we rocking. Philadelphia Eagles, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers' future, things like that. You know what I mean? But first, let's get to it. We got to talk about our squad because the Philadelphia Eagles, our squad had a tough time this year, and I called this shit before the fucking season started. You feel what I'm saying? I called this bullshit, and after game 1 and 23, I said, this is going to be a long year when we had Brian Johnson. You feel what I'm saying? So this is yet another one that I pretty much called this shit out. But the Eagles went ahead and fired Kevin Patullo yesterday, offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. As much as we talked about it all year long, now that it's finally done, are you pleased with this decision? Talk to me, JF.
Am I pleased with this decision? The two greatest moments in a man's life are the birth of his child, and when he gets and hold on, let me finish the joke. You already know the joke, but the birth of his child, and when he gets a notification on his phone that Kevin Patullo got fired. So those are the two greatest moments in a man's life. So I got to experience. I haven't actually experienced the first one yet, but I got to experience the second one yesterday. And let me tell you, folks, it was a long time overdue. And I am so happy that Kevin Patullo is out of there. Unfortunately, I'm sure he's a great guy, nice guy, but we all agree that the coaching and on the field and stuff, and he was just a buddy with Sirianni. And it was a weird kind of promoted within best friend type of thing that just never worked out on the field. I mean, he was a passing game coordinator for years, and he just doesn't know the X's and O's. There's an art. Nick Foles said it on his podcast recently. There's an art of play calling, and Kevin Patullo doesn't have it. And actually, Nick Foles himself said that Kevin Patullo doesn't have it. So, I feel, maybe there's a better fit for him and his skill set, but it's not offensive coordinator. And it was terrible, man. It was long overdue. He was awful, god awful. Arguably, like I said on an earlier show, I think I said this on our last show, I put the most blame on him. But am I pleased with this decision? Is sky blue and grass green? Hell yeah. I'm pleased with this decision. How about you?
Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. As much as I talked about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been wanting him to fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of like maybe somebody that you know or a couple that you know, and majority of the time it's the women, but they always complaining, right? And they just never satisfied. Yeah, they never satisfied, right?
Oh God, you could preach about this for a long time. Yeah.
That's kind of me. That's kind of me. I'm not satisfied with this. You know why? Because I said I blamed when I asked the question Monday, who was most to blame for this offensive struggles this season? I said the offensive coaching staff. Mm-hmm. Staff. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're heavy on including Sirianni, I think, in this too.
Damn right. Yep. Nick Sirianni is the common denominator here. Mm-hmm. He's the common denominator here. Let's just go back. Let's go back when him and Shane Steichen 2021. He relinquished the play calling to Shane Steichen. We did much better when he did that. 2022, we go to the bowl. 23, in come Brian Johnson. And that man didn't even get a call for head coaching opportunities after that year because he was that bad. It was that bad. You feel what I'm saying? Nick Sirianni was there. He didn't make it better. He didn't have no influence on the offense. You feel what I'm saying? So then, boom, he got fired. Then in come Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, boom, we go win the Super Bowl in dominating fashion. You feel what I'm saying? He was good enough, just like Shane was good enough or great enough to go get a head coaching job. Then he cut out. Nick Sirianni's still here. All right, cool. Makes him look good, right? Then in comes his friend, his buddy from internally, Kevin Patullo, who was a passing game coordinator and other shit like that, which is not calling plays. I don't care how long you've been around, you're not going to be that dude like that in your first year, and you ain't never been in the field before. You ain't done that. You feel what I'm saying? So we had a terrible year offensively this year from game one. From game freaking one. All 17, 18 games we played. You feel me? Because the last week was the starters didn't play. You feel what I'm saying? But collectively as a whole team, all from beginning to end, the offense wasn't hitting on nothing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I was at the preseason game this year against the Browns, and they didn't even look that great.
And you see what I'm saying?
And I told you about last show about the reports Elliott Shore Park said about at those scrimmages against the Browns, they were getting beat up and like they weren't doing. Yeah, so this has been preseason.
Yes, I heard about all the reports, bro, and I'm like, well, Nick Sirianni, and then you got Nick Sirianni again. He just several weeks ago, but he's ingratiated himself more into the offense. And I came out here like, you want a cookie for a reward for coaching? You should have been doing this shit. You should have been doing it more since you're supposed to be the offensive guy. You know what I'm saying? We struggled all year long, and what did it change when he stepped up even more? Nothing. It was the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So, and now Kevin Patullo's fired, but Nick Sirianni's still here. He's the common denominator. So I'm 50% happy about Kevin Patullo being gone, but I wanted Nick Sirianni gone too, because what has he done? Why are we high, low? So, and I had said after 23 season, I said, because I was complaining about Nick Sirianni then with play calling and not getting shit right. And I said, if we have somebody come in here, meaning like last year, somebody come in here and we just coming off a low seat and now we go high again and we do what we did in 22, get to the Super Bowl or have a great year or possibly win it, I'm going to be like, well, what was Nick Sirianni really doing? Yeah. Because it seems like when we got a great OC, he good. And when he don't, we ain't hitting on nothing, but he don't make it no better.
Right.
So what is he doing? So I'm 50% happy with Kevin Patullo with the decision, because the other 50, I wanted him about this motherfucker too. That's what I wanted. But hey, you can't always get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And so when they get the other OC in here, let's just say it's Mike McDaniel. Let's just say somebody that's real good or whatever, right? And we go do what we did. This ain't gonna do nothing but extend his job as head coach. You know what I'm saying? And then when they leave again, and we got somebody that ain't shit, it's gonna be back to the same old shit that we went through this year and in 23. So I'm happy he gone, but I wish Nick was gone too. That's how I've been feeling, and I'm standing on it.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, you're not the only person. You might be in the minority, but there's a lot of people in that minority in the fan base that do feel like that. I don't know how I actually feel about it if I had to pick an answer. But let me play a back and forth though, because let me give you so Nick Sirianni's obviously been to 2 Super Bowls and hasn't missed the playoffs and all that. Is it more, well, we can get a good OC and still, hey man, I mean, I know I'm not maybe the biggest fan of Sirianni, but Sirianni's proven we can go to 2 Super Bowls with him. So if we just get a competent OC, we can keep Sirianni. Or do you think we can go to a different ceiling, guarantee a better chance at the Super Bowl with somebody else at the head coach position who's a better play caller? Is that what your thinking is behind that? Because Sirianni, obviously we all agree that Patullo had to go. But if Sirianni got axed today, the thing that would give me a sense of comfort is still the fact that we have so much talent on this roster. You know what I mean? We have so much talent that if whoever comes in, they're going to be given the keys to a Lamborghini. So they're in a good state. But Sirianni, I mean, you make good points though. And I've always said this: I thought he was a great culture. The players play for him, culture builder, all the whole 9 yards and all that. So. Whatever, I thought there was a time where whatever he was doing was working, right? But now when you lose and you get bounced in the first round, you have to question everything. So, yeah.
Look, the thing is this: no matter how much talent we got, you got to have the coaching to go out there and get it done. Yeah, this is football. Like I told Jordan, on the show before, I said, well, just recently, last show and before last, it don't matter. because he made a statement like, you guys got the players to do it. Just go out there and get it done. I said, bro, this ain't basketball. Yeah. You can't just spread out. You get one-on-one, and I get to the rim, draw a double team, hit the open man in the corner, and then swing it around, hit an open. This is not what this is. You got to be creative. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be able to adjust to what they're doing. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, even we have went to the Super Bowl with Nick Sirianni 3 times, right? 3 times we've been, or was it twice? I'm sorry, 2 times we've been to the Super Bowl. Won 1, lost 1. But my God, the years in between that have been down, and he is, and he doesn't make it better.
Mm-hmm. Which brings me back to one of the points I made. One of the many questions I asked in the middle of there was like, do you think another head coach can come in and just consistently have a better chance at us getting to like not getting bounced in the first round? Like, yeah, obviously, yeah, okay. So there would be somebody better then.
So that's a segue. That's a segue. You know what I mean, to our next question. You know what I mean, because who would be, you know what I mean, the best fit for the Eagles vacant OC position? But I could quickly answer. You know what I mean? Who? Yeah. Let me answer. Let me answer what you asked me first. Yes, and I think that guy would be Kevin Stefanski, because Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time coach of the year. He also is a play caller. He also has aggressiveness. He also has toughness. He in Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland ain't winning, but them fans is crazy about their fans. They show up to the games. It's loud. It's stumping. The defense is for real. It's ferocious. You know what I'm saying? So he's in a tough environment too. He just don't have the car that we have. You know what I'm saying? We got a foreign car. He got we got a what you call a Lamborghini. He got a Chevy. Yeah. He got a Chevy. You know what I'm saying? And he's won. And when he won 2-time coach of the year, that wasn't no Lamborghini. That wasn't a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what he could do. He bring toughness. He got some aggressiveness, and he can play calls, and he can call plays. And he's a head coach, and we ain't got to worry about him leaving. You know what I mean? Because he's an OC and he did some great, and now other teams want him. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So if it was somebody else that could do that, I would put his name in there. And if I was to answer this, so are you agreeing with that? Can you see that? Could you see that?
As a head coach potentially, Stefanski. Yes. Yeah. I listen. I'll tell you right now. Whoever's watching, I would take Kevin Stefanski over Nick Sirianni. Absolutely, yes. I absolutely would as head coach. I think on an X's and O's, he's proven himself. He had Myles Garrett and a bunch of nobodies out there, and he's winning Coach of the Year. So, I mean, there were some other people and talent on those teams, but they're the Browns, okay? So I agree that if he can get over to his, the Philadelphia Eagles. Look at Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was on the Browns. Made a name for himself and was a great coach there, and then he went and found became a head coach in New England, and the rest is history. So I mean, I know it's all hypotheticals and we're just kind of making up situations here, but sure, I'll take it. I mean, really, dude, if he wants to be OC, that'd just be a dream right now. But then, like you said, I mean, that could cause issues, right? Like, because what if, in a sense of what if we're so good then, and it's all due to Stefanski, and then we have Sirianni issues down the road. It's like, we're gonna want Stefanski to be the head coach, So
hold on. And the thing is, look, listen, he played high school football at St. Joe's Prep. He attended University of Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? He's from Philly, hometown, Wayne, Pennsylvania. He already got attitude. He already got an attitude. You feel what I'm saying? If he was to come to Philadelphia and play for the Eagles, he's from that, bro. They gonna embrace Kevin Stefanski. This is not a Ravens Steelers thing where they hate each other. You feel what I'm saying? Kevin Stefanski could come to the Philadelphia Eagles. He from that area for one. The fans is gonna embrace him because he's from that, and he's a 2-time coach. Everybody gonna do their research if they don't know about him. 2-time coach of the year with the Browns and all of this type of shit, bro. He got that. He got that about him. He got that, and I think he could come in and be a real good fit if they were to fire Nick Sirianni, even though I know they're not. But who would be the best OC for this job? Obviously, I think Kevin Stefanski would be one, and the other guy would be Mike McDaniel. You know what I'm saying? Mike McDaniel is smart. He's a great play caller. You know what I mean? I don't want him to be a head coach. I don't want him to have to carry the load and make all the decisions, because I look at Mike McDaniel as a substitute teacher. Don't nobody listen to him. You know what I mean? You got your teacher that's normally there. They strict, they stern. He walk in the door. He the substitute teacher that day, and he tell you to do something. You're going to be like, what, man? Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to look at him like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want him to run the team. I don't want that. But an OC, and that's all you got to overlook, that's all you got to oversee, we would be damn good because he's creative. Now, the down part of this would be, it's a down and an up. The down part is this. He would be so good, you know what I mean, for us, I believe, that after that one season, he's gone again to get a head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Kevin Stefanski. But another up is this. The teams that are available with coaching, like with the coaching vacancies that are open for HC, the majority low-end teams. They don't want to have to go back to a low-end team and try to build it all the way up again from scratch. The Raiders, the Giants, the Raiders, you know what I mean? The fucking teams like that, the Browns, you know what I mean? Yeah. They don't want to have to do that. So they would probably say, nah, I'm gonna wait on the head coaching opportunity right now. And I'm gonna stay in Philadelphia. So it's a pro and a con to that.
Yeah, and plus, you know how Philadelphia is. I mean, shit, we'll fire the coach in like 2 years from now, and then you'll be the heir to the throne, right? I mean, that's just how things. That's just how things unfortunately go, you know. But yeah, I mean, look. Let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on Brian Daboll? And here's why, man. I'm gonna tell everybody a little kind of crazy story right now. So I put a poll up last night. I saw this thing on the gram where it was Stefanski, McDaniel, and Daboll, and it said, who would you want? It was an Eagles fan page. Who would you want as OC? So I thought that was cool. I put a little music behind it. I put it on my poll. I made a poll out of it, like where you asked them, what do you want? And I'll send you then, Mike, later who actually it was and whatnot, what they like their name and all that. But a current NFL tight end voted on my poll for who the Eagles should pick at OC, and he picked Brian Daboll. He voted on my story last night. He went and viewed it, and he actually picked Brian Daboll. So out of those three, and I mean he's currently he's actually in the league right now. So I thought that was interesting, and he wasn't my number one choice, Brian Daboll, by any means, but he keeps getting brought up. I hear him on all these reports and stuff. So what are your thoughts on him?
All right, so look, I'm all over the place with this one because I really don't want Brian Daboll. It has nothing to do with us hating the Giants. It got nothing to do with that. It just has something to do with, I don't think, to me, the ability to help and elevate the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think I'm sorry, bro. I just don't think he got it, man.
Yeah.
I just don't think he fit. You know what I mean? Us in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well, he flamed out in New York. I mean, he never.
It's like a OC, an offensive-minded guy. Like I said on the show Monday with Jordan. Think of all the quarterbacks in the history of the game. Well, you was on the show, goddammit. All the quarterbacks the good quarterbacks, they had great OCs and head coaches, the guys who call plays. You know what I'm saying? Well, there was no the Giant. I don't think he elevated nothing in New York.
Yeah,
not even a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just sorry. And then this year, you know what I'm saying, he got fired in the mid-season. You know what I mean? And they had a young guy in Jackson Dart with some type of something to him, and they still let you go.
Yeah,
they still let you go. So I just don't think I don't like that. He's not on my list at all.
I think I said this on the last show. I think there's a good chance it might be, and this is the kind of the route I honestly might want to go, is that it's going to be kind of a name that's like a no name, but he's this young, bright guru type of guy, because man, the young type guru type of dudes are like where the league goes nowadays. You know what I mean? Look at it. McVay, Ben Johnson, LaFleur. I mean, these are the type of guys, the prototypes that you see in the league. So like for example, a name I see here and brought up who I would want nothing to do with is Todd Monken. I hear Todd Monken. Yeah, I don't want Todd. I know Jordan's Ravens, but I don't want Todd Monken. I'm sorry. He whatever. Maybe there's some things he's good at, but he's not the guy I think for the job. So I just want a guy that I really don't know his name. I want him to come in and be like, oh shit, this guy is like, Howie must have did his research on this guy, and but we'll see.
But see, the guys like that, that's a risk.
I mean, if we don't get. Let me start that out, but let me preface. If we don't get like Mike McDaniel or something, or Kevin Stefanski, there's like 2 or 3 main guys that we should go after. But if we don't get them, then you're going to be looking at like by default somebody who's probably going to be like that,
Yeah,
unless they go within and go like that QB's coach, that Scott guy or whatever his name is. I've heard of that. Can't do that again though.
Like that bullshit. Stop bringing in quarterback coach. Stop bringing in pass the game coordinator. Stop bringing that shit in. I don't give a fuck who I know you have been knowing you for years. You've been around for. I don't give a fuck. You are not an offensive coordinator. You are not a play caller. I don't give a fuck about you being my friend. I don't care if we work. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Stop bringing in dudes that don't know what they're doing. If they've been like I'm gonna say it again, if they've been a passing game coordinator, no. Adam Schefter reported that Howie said he's bringing in somebody with proven offensive mind. With a proven offensive mind. That's the report that I read. You feel what I'm saying?
So that's going to be likely then a name that we do know. You know, he wants a proven offensive mind, proven. So
and that's what I'm expecting. No, you know what I mean? And I done seen something earlier today where it says we're a strong candidate, or we're strongly pursuing. You know what I mean? Mike McDaniel and Kevin Stefanski from John Clark. You know what I'm saying? You know John Clark, so it's like, yo. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's good because even if one, cancels out, you have a good chance of the other. I mean, you got two names right there, and either one's equally as powerful. I think. You get either one. I don't think we're gonna be upset. So,
I between those two, I would probably. Man, I might go. I'd be happy with either or, but if I had to pick one, man, it's hard, bro. Maybe Kevin Stefanski because
it's almost equal, right? It's almost like equal.
It's equal. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want no, because I don't want no test runs.
Yeah.
He's young, but I just don't want no test runs. Yeah. I don't want that. I'm sorry. I just don't want. I know everybody got to have a chance and shit like that, but if we can get somebody that's already been here already, been there, done it, cool. But if not, we just gonna have to see what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean?
I don't know what he's up to. What about Doug Peterson? How's that for a name?
Dougie P. Man, I seen that circling around. I don't know, bro. Nah, bro.
And that might be a little weird, right? Like you have the two Super Bowl quarterback winning coaches on the same team. That could cause maybe issue. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I think Dougie P. I think Dougie P. wouldn't mind being an OC. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been a head coach for so long before. Yeah. You know what I mean? And won a Super Bowl as a head coach, at calling plays.
And he took the Jags to the playoffs.
Yeah, he did that. But as far as like winning type shit,
he
won a Super Bowl with us, calling the plays.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't. That's the OC he cut. He been there, done it. So he probably wouldn't mind taking an OC position back in Philly with what we got. You know what I'm saying? And that, I mean, obviously AJ might be gone, but you know what I'm saying is we still a good football team. You know what I mean? He probably wouldn't mind that, but I would say I'd take him over one of them new guys because I don't know him.
Yeah,
we ain't know Brian Johnson. We ain't know Kevin Patullo. And look, I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that experimental shit, that musical chair shit. I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that. I didn't forgot to put the question up on the board. You know what I mean? I don't know how I forgot that. Let me ask you a question though. Now that Kevin Patullo is gone, okay? Kevin Patullo's gone. Do you think, AJ will want to remain in Philadelphia? Because that's where the issue lies. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's Patullo and Sirianni, or whether it was just Patullo, whatever the case, I think it's just those two guys. Do you think that would make him like want to stay? Like if he wanted to go?
Unless there's some really personal beef with Sirianni that we're not fully aware of, I would say he probably then would make him almost a night and day difference in terms of wanting to stay. Yeah, because Patullo, if you believe the conspiracy theory, or maybe not so much conspiracy theory, that Patullo was literally the demise of this year's team, right? Then and AJ Brown was almost like an outspoken prophet earlier in the season, saying all the shit he was saying and all that. And now Patullo's gone. Maybe AJ Brown and Hurts and Barkley and Smith, they all get together and they just giggle and laugh and they're like, "Thank God he's gone. Whoever we get in here is going to be better and actually knows what they're actually doing." And he wants to stay. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
Hey, I wonder, did anybody get a text like, "Yes, that nigga gone"? Yes, about it. Like who texts?
Yeah,
somebody.
How does it actually work in the NFL level, right? Like, how do the players find out and all? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, on the squad. Man, I don't know, bro. I think AJ. I mean, like you
Well, let me
said,
ask you right now: does your heart say, like, if you had to pick yes or no, will AJ Brown be an Eagle next season?
I'm gonna say yes.
Mm.
I'm gonna
That's
say
right. That's what I say too. But man, it's a tough yes, right? It
yeah
makes you you have to think about that yes.
because
Yeah.
we just think we listen. It's more so about the clash on the sideline. You know what I mean? And then the tweeting and the talking all year type shit. I
Yeah.
mean, we know that's directed at the coaching staff. The players ain't calling the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but AJ Brown is just a selfish dude, bro. Like, even when he was getting when they started getting him the ball more, they started making sure he got the ball more. We still went on a 2-3 game losing streak. He
Right.
wasn't
Right.
saying nothing.
Right.
He wasn't saying nothing, bro, because he was
Yeah.
getting the fucking ball.
Yeah.
9, 10, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 targets or whatever. He was getting the ball, and we was losing.
Yep.
He's just a selfish dude, man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think he's still gonna be there next year, but I wouldn't be absolutely. I wouldn't be shocked at all if tomorrow they said AJ Brown has been traded.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
it
not
would be
gonna do that.
shocking in the sense of just to process it when you first see it, right? But when once you actually start to think about it, it wouldn't really be that shocking, right? Because it's
Yeah,
like, man, he's just causing. Especially, look, have we talked about this before? If he gets compensation like for AJ Brown, if you're getting a Max Crosby 1-for-1 for AJ Brown to the Raiders or something, I mean, it makes it a little bit different. You know what I mean? I mean, you can kind of if you get a third and a Max Crosby. And you can, and you have Smitty and then Dotson. You go draft a receiver, and you got Max Cross. I mean, it makes things a little different, right?
yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah. Because there's a lot of dead cap money for AJ Brown too.
Yeah. Oh
He
yeah. So that's the other thing. There's the money of it.
that's one of the main reasons I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
Because even though I think how we know what's going on. He pay attention. He know what the fans saying. He knows. You know how he knows. You feel me? I think how he knows that AJ is fed up with, the offensive game plans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though AJ, he might want to go, and even though he put on this, he been talking all year and tweeting and cryptic messages and stuff like that. He know that how we know that I hold the cards. I'm gonna get somebody else in here that's a proven offensive mind, and maybe we can have AJ say, "Oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, let me see what's going. Okay, cool, yeah, all right, bet. Let's run it back. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So because Howie is a smart guy, and if you trade him, you know what I mean. If you trade him before June 1st, it's a $43.5 million cap hit. You trade him after June 1st, it's $16 million for 26, and it's like $27 million for the 27 year. That's saving us $7 million. But that's still a big cap hit. You know what I mean? Especially if you ain't there, and they got to pay you this money. It's coming out of salary. You feel me? So I think he gonna give it another shot. You know what I mean? And now if shit happened like it happened, this year, last year, or he complaining still next year after next season, then I think he'll be gone. But I just think Howie gonna give him one more run. That's what I think.
Here's what I want Howie to really do. I want Howie to keep Sirianni out of the room, and I'm being serious. I don't know how these meetings work in the offseason, but bring in Saquon, Jalen, Smitty, Brown, Goddard. If you resign them, bring the O line, players only, no coach. Bring them in and say, guys, we've done our research. This is my team. You got 10 guys who staff members say we got it down to these 2 or 3 guys. Who do you guys want as an OC? Like who do you guys believe in the most? And then that should just tell you, no matter what, win, lose, or draw, that you guys went with your heart on that because you've asked the players who they want. I think you got to go through the players more than the coaches of this route.
Well, I think it's more so. You know what I mean? Even more so. Yeah, Jalen, that skill group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially Jalen, because they got to know. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what we doing? This is what I like to do. This is what I'm this. That's what's supposed to happen. So I think, obviously Sirianni's going to talk to him, but like you said, I think it should be separate. You know what I mean?
I say kind of like a little exaggeration to make the point, but you know what I mean. I think
that's fine. No, it's like let me talk to the guys, and I'm gonna talk to you too, and let's see where both y'all heads are at. And if he wants somebody different, okay. Now look, what the players say they want this guy. They believe it. What do you think about? You know what I mean? Let's just say Sirianni says he wants A, but the players want B. Well, hey, the players say they want B. I know you said you want A. Would you be able to? Do you think this is a smart move for B? Would you be able to save to hell with A to go with B? You know what I mean? Like it's like I think that's okay. I don't like I said, we don't know how it work. You know what I mean? But I think that's okay. You got the players involved, the guys that's gonna be out there putting in the work on the football field. And on top of that, it's like in my mind, in my GM mind, Howie mind, you've been up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been good with the when we got like in between the year, we got Brian Johnson and Patullo. You haven't been good, Nick.
No.
You haven't been good. So let me, you know what I'm saying? So
well, that's the thing. We were like Super Bowl bounced in the first round, Super Bowl bounced in the first round. We never made like an NFC championship and lost in the NFC. Like it's weird.
No, and I said on Monday, this ain't doing nothing but stunting Jalen's growth.
Yeah.
Stunting his growth, bro. You got a new OC. That's not going to help you.
Yeah, we can't waste the next like 5 years and then just look back on the one Sirianni championship run. You know,
no, and that's how right there. That's how a player's career can be tarnished.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Going through this shit every single year.
Yeah.
I got to learn a new language every single year. I don't have a playbook to call my own. You know what I'm saying? I can't know the whole fucking book. But you know what I mean? I know Josh Allen know the whole book.
Yeah.
I know Pat Mahomes know the whole book. They boom.
Matthew Stafford, the whole book.
They don't matter. They flipping. They all back. Yeah. They way back here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jalen, like, yo, we got a new motherfucker every year.
Yeah.
Every damn year. He can't get way deep in the book. He can't do it.
And we're not talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're talking 9 years, I think. Like every year since college, he's had a different offensive coordinator. It's actually remarkable he's had that much success.
That's not, I mean, and listen, it is, but I get all of that, but you're going to have some continuity with your OC, with your guy, with your whoever's calling those plays.
The most important decision of Howie Roseman's like career this offseason is hiring the OC this year. If you can't fail on this decision, you cannot.
Yes, you cannot, bro. And listen, we could if people don't understand that's like, look at Caleb Williams last year, his rookie year. It wasn't good. We was like, oh, he ain't going, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What happened? Ben Johnson came to town, and they look marvelous. You know what I mean?
To win the Super Bowl, and ain't nobody going to be surprised this year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, like all of that matters. And Ben Johnson has found a home in Chicago. And Caleb Williams and him, both of them, they're going to be together for a long time. So they're gonna get to build with each other, grow with each other, get to know each other, and all of that shit, bro. Like like the offense is going to be his like real soon. Once he get real comfortable in that offense, it's going to be his. He's going to be so confident because it's the same language, it's the same verbiage, as the same guy. I you know what I'm saying? You ever had a teacher that's real good, and then the next semester you got a different teacher? You know what I mean? It's like, what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? It's like that. When I got this teacher right here, I got A's and B's in class. When I was with that teacher, I got C's and D's. He just it's difficult with him. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams is a prime example. Daniel Jones is a prime example. Who was that? Mac Jones, prime example. That shit matter. So I want Jalen to have one that's really good every year. Every year. And tired of this musical chair bullshit. So how we got something that he got it, this is gonna be Eagles football can't go 2 years like this. Yeah.
No, it's going to be hell on earth. You can't waste this talented roster because then, by the way, after next year, there's like I mean, if AJ Brown's back, you are really somebody's gone, right? Like you're not going to have this core together. I mean, Saquon's 2 years older. Saquon might only have like 1 or 2 years left in his prime, if that. You know what I mean?
So, hey, we got a lot of free agents to pay now. Yeah. You know what I mean? One guy I want back. I want Dallas Goedert back. Because there ain't nobody out there right now you can say, oh, it's like, oh, he's available and better. No, you can't. Dallas got to come back. I mean, I think Reed Blankenship, I like Reed, but I think he could be replaceable. You know what I'm saying? But I do like Reed, you know what I mean? But it's somebody that's better than Reed Blankenship. I believe so. There's somebody out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I don't know he want to be back. Nakobe Dean, I think they might let him walk probably. They might let him walk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's had the injury problems, unfortunately. I tell you what, though, he played at like an all-pro level this year, which is which is crazy when he was. I think if you can get maybe Jalen Phillips for the right price and Dallas Goedert. I mean, those are you can get those guys back. That'd be great. But
I would like to have Jalen Phillips back. I mean, unless we can go out here and get Myles Garrett or Max Crosby or some shit. Hopefully, get both.
Then you trade off freaking 4 of those guys for Myles Garrett. I mean, you do what you got to do, and that's what I don't understand. Like, there was all that talk this year, man. They should have probably pulled the trigger on it. Looking back on it, because I don't know what the trade talks actually were for him, but I don't know. I mean,
So let's transition. Let's talk about Mike Tomlin real quick, man, because we all know by now. You know what I'm saying? He stepped down from the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach job. Like, was this shocking to you? Do you think this was like? Is it really breaking news? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I certainly wasn't shocking because it just, I don't think anybody's day stopped when they found this out. Like, we all kind of knew that it was probably time. I mean, it wore itself out. He hasn't had a playoff win since 2017. Yep. He's had and he ended it, which is the most respectful, best thing you can ask for, like on good terms, right? Like it was like a relationship almost. Like it was very civilly. He wasn't fired. John Harbaugh was canned on the phone. So
yeah.
And John Harbaugh, by the way, wanted to stay there. I know I'm kind of veering off a little bit, but wouldn't it be crazy if John Harbaugh took the Steelers job and Mike Tomlin took the Ravens job, dude? That's like some freaking Hollywood movie shit. But I am really hoping for that because that's like so cool, dude. Right? Like, I don't even know how to explain that. So, but I think Mike Tomlin, it was, a little, maybe 10 to 15% shocking, but it was pretty much expected. And I think he's a great coach. I like his demeanor, his whole kind of vibe about him. You know what I mean? He's like a old school, like I'd want to play for like Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? He's like that type of dude. I don't even know how to explain it. So, I don't know how. I mean, I guess he's pretty solid at X's and O's. I think he's a defensive mind first, but yeah. I think he's going to get a job somewhere. So the question is where, and whoever gets them is going to be. I mean, I think he might look out NFC East. He might go to the Giants. So. Something to look out for, maybe.
So for me, I came out on the show and I had already said that this season, whoever wins the AFC, whoever loses the AFC North, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get bounced in the first round, that coach is done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's time for a new voice in Baltimore and in Pittsburgh, bro. When you talk about Baltimore, they've been Super Bowl favorites the last 3 years. Everybody said each year was going to be better than the next, better than the last year. You know what I mean? And whether you want to blame it on some coaching, that's cool too, because it is coaching, and the players too. They ain't lived up to what they've been as much as they talked about. Haven't lived up to that shit. They've underachieved in Baltimore. Let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? All these Super Bowl, we supposed to be Super Bowl. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going. You know what I'm saying? So, and John Harbaugh's out here trying to demand. You know what I mean? I want a whole new staff and a whole new GM. I don't think you carry that much weight, Playboy. What have you done? To me, it's my opinion. You know what I mean? But when you talk about Mike Tomlin, he had, I think with this Pittsburgh Steelers, the whole thing, they respect their coaches. They only had 3 coaches, you know what I'm saying, in since 1969. You got Chuck Noll, excuse me, you got Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin, right? When I first seen it, I was like, maybe what if this was like, hey, Mike, listen, we love you, but we want to move in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to put it out as if we fired you. You know what I mean? Because we want to show you some love and some respect, but we want to put it as, you just let them know you stepped down.
Yeah.
Let them know you stepped down. So I was like, wonder if it was that, or on the flip side was Mike Tomlin like, okay, yeah, because he hit a noise. He hit the fans at the fire, Tomlin.
Yeah, well, to answer your question, I'm pretty sure, even though they might be a 19-year relationship and all that, I'm pretty sure ownership was going to can Mike Tomlin this year if he didn't leave. And that's the point. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. It's like, and so he hears the noise. He hears the fire Tomlin chants. That's the first time he ever heard that shit, if I'm not mistaken. And as long as he been in Pittsburgh for all of these years, I don't care. That hit him right here.
Yeah.
I don't care. Fire. That's going to hit you right here in the heart. You feel what I'm saying? So he heard the noise. He heard the chants. And I think he really realized this shit ain't going nowhere. So instead of before they fire me, let me go ahead and let y'all know I'm stepping down. So that's the other way I looked at it right there. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Steelers have had, they in the playoffs every single year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They there, but they don't bring none home.
Yeah.
They bring they say the standard is Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't met the standard. They haven't been meeting the standard. They haven't, and they're not going to meet the standard, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's not. The winning seasons, bro. 9-8. All right, you call it a winning season, cool. That's losing a lot of games. That's mediocre to me.
Yeah.
9-8 is mediocre, bro. We're not looking at no 9-8 team saying, woo-hoo, yeah. No, you're not. That's mediocrity. For all of them years, they say it's not winning. It's winning seasons. Those are mediocre seasons. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the prime objective is to go to the playoffs and bring something home. It's like if you know if I'm you know, we go to the club or something like that, and this is the club where women want to be getting taken home. They're there for the taking. Steelers is there all the time, and they still come home with nothing. I mean, they ready to give you their number. They ready to talk to you. They ready to go home with you. They ready to get to know you. They are there. Please come take me. The W's, the wins, the women. They don't care who's come. Just come take me.
Yep.
It's like that, and they still go to the club and come home with nothing.
Well, let me ask you a question. Kind of segue off. That's a good point. So the Steelers now have an open vacancy. Where do you rank the Steelers' job in the head coaching vacancies right now? Because I think it's really good, a really good opportunity for a head coach.
Yeah, I think it's a good. It's gonna have to be top 3. I say top 3 because you got the Ravens. You know what I mean? You got the Ravens out there. You got the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? That's another team that can really. They got talent out there. They just need the right coach out there to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And then I would say the Ravens. I mean, I said no. Who did I say? I said the
Ravens first, which I'd agree with because then you get Lamar Jackson and all that. You know what I mean? So
Ravens.
The thing with the Steelers is you get. Yeah,
I would say Ravens, Falcons, then Steelers because the Steelers don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like
well, that's the big thing. Yeah.
Organization. If we just talking like, if you're talking about team wise or just those are 2 different things. You know what I mean? Right. How they handle shit up top. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So obviously,
yeah.
you would put the Ravens up there, the Steelers up there. But if we talking about where you can go win some games at, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go Ravens, Falcons. And then Steelers, you know what I'm saying? The Steelers. And then you also got to put the Giants in there too. You got to put them in there.
Well, yeah, because you got Scadaboo and Dart and the whole neighbors and all that. If you and you're New York, so if that's really attractive to you, it's basically pick your flavor, right? Like they're all they all have their pros and cons, I guess. So
right. So do you think they regret? Do you think they will regret letting Mike Tomlin go though? The Steelers, are they gonna regret letting him walk out that door?
No, because what if they get a new coach and he goes 2-6-15 this year or whatever? Guess what? They didn't win the championship this year either with the last 7 years with Mike Tomlin. It's almost like they're not getting the job done. But that's an exaggeration because you don't want to go 2-15. But right. my point is, will the Steelers regret letting Mike Tomlin walk? Well, listen, they've never had a losing season with Mike Tomlin. So if you do go 2 seasons in a row, maybe you give one season, like you go 7 or 9. I mean, depending on how it looks or something, but you really shouldn't. But if you go like 2 back-to-back losing seasons in a row, then you kind of start regretting Mike Tomlin walk, especially if he walks in to some other place and takes them to the playoffs and then actually wins a game or something. It's like, but I think they won't regret it because I trust it's the Steelers. This will be their 4th head coach in like 100 freaking years, literally. So, right. I think they know what they're doing. They got a lot of talent. Yeah, they don't have a quarterback, but they got Watt. They got all those players. They have like this prestigious name and the facilities at Pittsburgh Steelers, right? So you walk in there. I mean, it's not a full rebuild, but it's like a half rebuild kind of. You know, it's like a reboot with finding a quarterback.
So I don't think they're gonna regret it, and the reason why is because I mean, like you said, they haven't won anything anyway.
Yeah.
The biggest thing in Pittsburgh is, he's never had a losing season. That's the biggest thing they talk about. It's not Super Bowl contenders. It's not, they're a real deal this, they real deal that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Last year, you know what I mean? Remember they were at one point in time, they was like 10-3 or 9-3 or some shit like that. And it was like, the defense, blah, 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 blah. But they went to the playoffs and did the same thing.
Yeah.
Just getting put out in the first round. So it's never really the expectations for the Steelers have been years and years ago. You know what I'm saying? I just said like they go and they come home with nothing. So so Mike Tomlin's gone. He's gone. A new guy come in here and they start winning games and shit. No, they're not gonna regret it. They're not gonna regret it. If we go to the playoffs and win a playoff series, win a playoff game or two, and they having good seasons instead of it being 9-8, maybe it's 10-7, 11-6, whatever the case may be. No, they're not going to regret it. And at the same time, if they get somebody to come in there and they're losing games, you know why? I don't think that if they win, maybe they win 6 games, 7 games, they still shouldn't regret it. You know why? Because now you got a chance to go out there and build your team. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys that you mentioned, like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, them guys getting old, bro. Them guys getting older. They got the most expensive defense out there, you know what I mean? But they not spring chickens. You feel what I'm saying? Those guys are older. You feel what I'm saying? I know you got Pat Quinn and Peyton Wilson and stuff. They a nice age, but the guys that you're depending on, you know what I mean? TJ Watt and Cam Hayward, those guys they older now, and they're gonna be a year older and another year older as long as they are there.
Here's a question: do you trade TJ Watt and just go full rebuild?
I hope that, but that's what I'm saying. So if they start losing these games and they ain't winning shit, you should still be okay, because now you can go out there and you could possibly go out there and get you a quarterback, because winning 9 games or 10 games, 9 to 10 games every year, you're never going to be able to get a quarterback. They need that unless you sold on Will Howard on what they got at quarterback now. And I'm pretty sure they're not just sold on Will Howard, but I think what I think is, you get in full rebuild mode. Yeah. You get in full rebuild mode. Those guys that you got on your team, you starting over. Letting Mike Tomlin go after all of these, that's starting over. Yeah. He's been there 19 years. Yeah. That's starting over, bro.
Yeah. And not just him, but you get rid of Hayward and Watt, and you almost do a full rebuild with the names aren't even on the players aren't going to be the same.
Man, listen.
You gotta start over.
You gotta start over, bro. And that's how shit work in sports sometimes.
Yeah.
That's how shit works.
You got to do a rebuild, almost like a mini rebuild at one point, probably a few years back. Yeah.
When we won the Super Bowl, and after that year, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was it, like 1819, 1920, or some type of shit like that? Mm-hmm. We was rebuilding.
Yeah, one year we won 4 games.
Yes. Yeah, that was like, what was it, 2021?
2020.
2020. Yeah. So we had been in rebuild mode for a minute, and bro, it happened like that. Yeah. So that's what the Steelers gonna have to do. Jalen.
Oh, well, actually, better yet, before we won the Super Bowl, we were picking Carson Wentz number 2 in the draft. Remember? I mean, so we were in full rebuild.
2nd overall pick. You know what I mean? That's how bad we was. You feel what I'm saying? So rebuilds happen. And listen, they got the most expensive defense out there right now. The only time they look like the most expensive defense is when they played the Colts and they ran through their ass. Yep. Other than that, they ain't look like that.
Nope.
They was expecting to go out there looking like the Texans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't get that. They ain't got that. So why not break it up? Why you paying all that money? You don't have a quarterback, and your coach that was there for 19 years, you know what I mean? He's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit like that. Like, do you think some of the players is gonna want to leave? Like, when he's gone now, and they ain't sitting there just saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna get rid of Tomlin," or "Hey guys, Coach Tomlin's gonna step down." They ain't doing that.
Yeah, my gut just tells me they probably are impartial about it. Like, they're gonna do what's best for maybe them / whatever they think the direction of the organization's going. Like, I don't know. Like, if and I think that's almost, to take your question and generalize it for almost any team, would be kind of like, would they want to leave the organization? There's a handful, I'm sure, of people that have that loyalty. This guy brought me in here, and I ride or die with this guy. Sure, I get that. But overall, I think if they're going to feed their families, make money for themselves and all that, and whatever, if they like the vision of the organization, I think that's the most important thing for the future, because just like a relationship in life, I mean, it's not nothing's like last forever. I mean, you have to just think about the future, man.
Right. My thing is this, like you said, it's a few guys that might want to cut out, and I'm talking about the guys like that have been there for a minute, like TJ Watt and Cam Hayward. You know what I'm saying? And then even if you want to, I know he just got there, but Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Ramsey went there because of Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to play for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He wanted to play. He said he wanted, when he did the interview, he wanted to play for a coach with some, you know what I mean, with some, with some of that in him. You feel what I'm saying? That's why he went to Pittsburgh. Now he gone. And I don't care when they all can see where that organization is going.
Yep.
The players can now. If you're a young player, you Joey Porter, you know what I mean. You got to get you got to get a real deal contract. You still gonna play. You ain't about to try to force your way up out of there. You feel what I'm saying? Pat Queen, you know what I mean. Peyton Wilson, those guys are still young. Even though Mike Tomlin is all that they know, they still young though. But you got like T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Jalen Ramsey, and the reason why he came there because of Mike Tomlin. They might be guys that's, I've been and said T.J. Watt should ask for a trade.
Yeah,
as great as he is or was, he ain't, you know what I mean. It's ain't nothing to show for it. Now, granted, I don't think he got no playoff sacks either. You know what I'm saying? But damn it, he a good ass player. You know what I'm saying? So, but shit like that will damn sure make people want to leave. So I think we might see a few guys request a trade because this is basically damn near rebuild, and I don't think they want to stick around for that. You don't know who the quarterback. I know you got Will Howard, but you don't know who the quarterback gonna be. Aaron Rodgers, bro, he listen, he done, bro.
Yeah, he
can't. What made him even better? We know he can throw, but what made him real dangerous is what he could do with his legs, extending the game, extending the play, and rolling out and scrambling and shit like that. He making throws on a run 40, 50 yards downfield. That's what made Aaron Rodgers real even better or even greater. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing in Green Bay. So he older. They don't have two wide receivers that let George Pickens go. We don't know what they're gonna do in the draft, but I'm just saying they don't know.
The Steelers are kind of upset with their OC. They're not very happy with Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith is not like he laid an egg in that last game, man, with his play calling. So he might be gone too if he's not already.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. It ain't they limited. They limited at the receiver position. They got one receiver and a bunch of tight ends and two running backs. You're not about to do much with that.
They're the Steelers, man. Always trying to build through defense and defense and defense.
You weren't about to do nothing against that Texas defense. Not them dudes out there. Them are hired killers.
Texans might go all the way this year.
I wouldn't listen. Hey, I wouldn't if they plan that defense playing like that. See, the thing is with the Texans, they ain't been healthy like that over the years. You know what I mean? So the guys that they haven't always been healthy. They healthy this year. Yeah. They healthy. And they still got some guys on defense that's out. You know what I mean? Bro, them dudes are hired hitmen out there down there in Houston, coached by DeMeco Ryans.
Just imagine a Seattle-Houston, the defense Super Bowl, if that's a Super Bowl matchup.
It's going to be a low-scoring game because Houston cannot run up points like that. They can't run up. I know they had 30 the other night, but that defense got a touchdown. The defense is putting them in position to do all of them type of things, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if it was a Seattle-Houston Super Bowl, it might be it's going to be a hard-hitting game.
Bro, I'm the world's biggest Seattle fan this week. I want them to stomp those 49ers.
49ers. Hey, man, I told Twan, I was like, I don't want he told me, you should want my team to win. Why would I want your team to win? You never wanted my team to win, nigga.
He's probably thinking like, well, if like the Niners run the chip, then it's like we lost to the best team. You know what I mean? Type of thing. But it's like,
no, I want
them out right now.
I don't want the Niners to win. I told Twan, I said, the only way I might be a little salty is if y'all go out there and win the Super Bowl. If they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to be like, fuck. They beat us on the way to go win the Super Bowl. I might feel a little type of way. You know what I mean? But if they don't do that, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Go Seahawks. Go Seahawks, God damn it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Man, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. You know, we about to get up out of here. I know you got shit to do, man. I just want to come out here and talk to the people for a little while, talk a little sports. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, man, you already know if you came in, stepped out, whatever the case may be, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can be up to date with all things under the lights. You feel me? We'll be back on here Friday for Freestyle Friday. I ain't putting nothing up on the screen. We're just gonna be talking some sports shit, and this is gonna flow off the top of the dome. You feel me? We're gonna do some picks for the division round this weekend, who we think gonna win, and then after Friday, we'll be back on this motherfucker on Monday. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, that's our show for the day. Shout out to my guy JF, and we gone.
Go Birds, we out.